Welcome to today's Explainer. We're doing something really fun today. We're going to take some incredibly simple, everyday raw ingredients and show you exactly how to transform them into a mouth-watering gourmet steak salad. And look, this isn't just about, throwing a bunch of things into a hot pan and hoping for the best. No, it's about mastering those simple techniques that absolutely elevate a basic meal into a truly memorable dining experience. Let's get right into it.
So how do you make a restaurant-quality steak salad in under 10 minutes? I mean, that's literally the ultimate question, isn't it? When we think of gourmet, our brains immediately go to hours of prep, bubbling pots all over the stove, and honestly, a massive sink full of dirty dishes. But here's the secret. Breaking that myth is entirely about your technique and understanding the actual science of heat. You absolutely do not need complex equipment for this. It's really just about knowing exactly how to treat your ingredients when that fire is roaring.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1. The Essential Ingredients Deck, or what professional chefs call your mise en place. Alright, if we break this down, our ingredients are neatly categorized into 3 totally distinct pillars. We've got the meat, the sauce, and the base. For the meat, we're talking about half a kilogram of steak, cut into nice bite-sized cubes, plus a tablespoon of oil. Over in the sauce department, and this is a total flavor bomb by the way, we're using 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, a tablespoon of honey, a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, and then rounding that out with some crushed garlic, fresh ginger, and crushed chili. Finally, for the base, we need cooked white rice, fresh lettuce, cherry tomatoes, a lemon, and some green onion. Now, organizing everything into these 3 pillars right from the start, that is exactly how you set yourself up for a smooth, fast-paced cook without any of that dreaded kitchen panic.
Moving right along to Section 2, the art of caramelization. This is all about locking in that massive flavor. Now, this concept is absolutely crucial. Real caramelization requires a smoking hot pan, but honestly, more than anything else, it requires patience. It literally means leaving the meat completely untouched in the hot oil so it can develop a rich, deep brown crust before you even think about flipping it. And why does this matter so much? Well, human instinct screams at us to grab a spatula and start pushing the food around the second it hits the pan. You have got to resist that urge. The source material actually refers to this essential browning step as caramelage. If you start stirring immediately, the temperature of the pan plummets, the meat drops all its water, and boom, you're boiling your steak instead of searing it. Mastering this caramelage technique is the absolute ultimate secret to getting that perfect, savory crust.
Section 3. Crafting the glossy glaze. Let's talk about balancing those amazing flavors.
And the contrast between these ingredients brilliantly illustrates the real science of flavor balancing. On one side of the ring, we've got our savory and spicy elements, so the deep umami from the soy sauce, the sharp bite of the garlic and ginger, and that nice warm kick from the crushed chili. But a truly great sauce needs a counterweight, right? So on the other side, we bring in our sweet and acidic profile. We use honey or brown sugar to kind of mellow out that heat and combine it with apple cider vinegar or lemon juice to slice straight through the richness of the beef. Creating this glaze is really about striking a very precise, delicate balance of savory heat and sweet acidity. That's exactly how it works its magic on your palate.
So, how do we actually pull this off flawlessly in the kitchen? Well, here is your exact chronological game plan. Step 1 is that high heat sear. The meat goes into smoking hot oil until it is beautifully browned. And remember, no touching. For step 2, we need a quick temperature drop. We lower the heat and toss in those aromatics. You literally only want to cook the garlic and ginger for about 1 single minute, just long enough to wake up those fragrant oils without burning them. Because burnt garlic? Yeah, that would completely ruin the whole dish with bitterness. And finally, step 3, the sauce reduction. We pour in our perfectly balanced sauce mix and just stir it for 2 minutes. This is where the real magic happens. The heat cooks off the excess moisture, the sugars start to concentrate, and the liquid thickens up into this incredibly luxurious glaze.
Our source text actually describes the result of this reduction perfectly, saying it's, quote, coating every piece of meat in a glossy, appetizing layer. Just imagine that sticky, rich texture as it beautifully and perfectly envelops the steak. And because you're doing this reduction directly in the exact same pan, all of those incredibly flavorful caramelized bits left over from searing the meat, they get lifted right up off the bottom and incorporated straight into that syrup. It means every single bite is going to be visually stunning and absolutely loaded with concentrated flavor.
All right, bringing it home with Section 4, Pro Plating and Tips. It is time to style a true restaurant-level presentation.
Okay, so here is your step-by-step layering timeline to guarantee absolute visual perfection.
First up, you lay down the base. We're talking a fresh, crisp bed of lettuce spread out right across your serving dish. Next, we handle the side. You want to neatly position a small bowl or just a nice mound of that cooked white rice right into the corner. Then comes the main event, the centerpiece. Proudly pile those incredibly glossy, dark, caramelized steak cubes right smack in the middle of the plate. Finally, we finish with the garnish. Strategically place some halved cherry tomatoes and lemon slices around the edges, and then just scatter your chopped green onion right over the top of the meat. Taking the time for this thoughtful placement, plus that sudden awesome pop of vibrant greens, reds, and yellows contrasting against the dark, savory beef, that right there is exactly what creates a genuine restaurant-quality presentation.
So, the crucial point is that you should feel completely empowered to make this dish your own. To guarantee your success, the source laid out a couple of final pro tips. First off, try using quick cooking cuts, like a minute steak. They flash fry super fast and they stay wonderfully tender. And secondly, customize the whole shebang. Seriously, try adding in some sliced bell peppers or fresh cucumbers. Doing that introduces this fantastic crunch, brings in extra layers of bright color, and it instantly boosts the nutritional value, making it super easy to adapt to whatever diet you happen to be following.